Elon Musk has triggered what is probably the biggest and most brutal correction of this 2021 crypto bull market. And this may either be a great opportunity for us to buy some cheap Bitcoin, or this may be an opportunity for us to walk away and take some profits and take a break. Today on the show, we're going to be looking at whether this is a good time to accumulate Bitcoin, or maybe to stop, walk away, and take the profits that we have and live to fight another day. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's been a bloody few days. I mean, it really has been a rough weekend. But if you have been watching Crypto Banter, you shouldn't be stressed because you're actually making money. I mean, I don't think anyone's making a lot of money, but we have actually been accumulating ETH, and we've been accumulating Bitcoin and so many other things. And that's because this is the only station that brings you fundamentals and technicals to make sure that when you buy, we tell you what to buy, and then we tell you when to buy. So it's a powerful, powerful, powerful combination. And that's because it's the only station that has the sniper. And the sniper is always so accurate. So talking about that, if you want to be as accurate as the sniper, there's like one way to do it. And that is you got to come to Crypto Banter's Sniper School. So what is the Sniper School? The Sniper School is a combination of technicals and fundamentals. And effectively, we've built it into a school. It's like a real school. And you'll basically attend lectures with friends and peers and lecturers who are specialists, including me and Sheldon. And then, you'll be we're going to start the school. We're going to take in 100 people, and those people are going to be subscribers from our community. So if you are new to our community, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, join this community, because that is the only way to get into Sniper School. And today we're going to be selecting some more people for Sniper School. We selected a whole lot of people into Sniper School earlier today on the earlier show, and we're going to do the same on this show. So stay tuned. Not only that, guys, the Banter bags. We gave away $500,000. We did. We gave away. We're the only channel in the world that gave away bags that are actually worth over $500,000. Because remember Donkey. So Donkey gave us $6,000 allocation, right? And that $6,000 went up like 30x. That's another $200,000 in the Banter bags. And guess what, guys? We are bringing back the Banter bag. So this week, we're going to land up paying the old winners. We're just getting them to sign off all the deal documents and the KYC and everything else. And next week, we start the new Banter bags, or maybe even later this week, we start off with the new Banter bags. And I have already got an allocation for you guys in the Banter bags. And this time, it's none other than GERO wallet. So the GERO wallet actually launches today. It's a Cardano-based wallet. And it launched on CardStarter, the IDO platform. And here's a moon sheet. Actually, let's have a look here. So for GERO to do 100x, it needs to get to 80 cents. I'm going to put my money that even in this bad market, GERO does 100x. Yeah, I'm going to say that GERO does 100x in this, even in this market. So, guys, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, join us. The only way to join us is to smash that subscribe button and become a subscriber to our channel. Because if you ain't a subscriber to our channel, you get none of this. I want to actually call up the subscribers and see how many of you watching here right now today are actually subscribers to our channel, and how many of you don't want to win. And if you are here again, remember, smash that like button, because that is how we tell other people to watch our content. So let's go and check how many of you are actually subscribers. And for those of you not subscribers, do it now, do it now, do it now. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. So much to talk about today, including we have exposed Elon Musk. We really have. I mean, Fred did an amazing job in bed with COVID. Get this, in bed with COVID. Fred does an amazing job of exposing Elon Musk. All right, so here are our subscribers. Here is our subscriber count. You can see we have 265,428 subscribers. And if you are new, subscribe. I want to see those numbers shooting up. I want to see those numbers shoot up. So by the end of the show, we better have a whole lot more subscribers. Before we start the show, just want to wish Fred's mom, Sabrina, I want to wish her well. She's got COVID too. Fred went out for lunch with a family, and now his mom and dad and girlfriend. Sorry, ladies, Fred does have a girlfriend. Well, his mom, dad, and girlfriend have all got COVID. His mom's having a little bit of a tough time. So yeah, we wish Sabrina well. We need you. You're one of the best supporters of our show. Man, she goes around telling all her friends about what Fred's doing. I mean, Fred is like, it's actually sometimes embarrassing. She goes around telling everybody how proud she is of what Fred's doing and how Fred's changing the world. I can't wait to get my partner in crime back. I mean, I really can't wait to get my partner in crime, Freddie, back here in the studio, back in action with me, so we can brainstorm and bring back amazing shows. But he is doing a great job, and he is doing a great job from bed. So I think let's get to the big story of today. And I guess the big story of today is what you see right here on the screen. And that is this massive correction, which was, of course, caused by a whole Twitter spat with Elon Musk, or at least that is what we think. Ari Paul seems to have a different view. Ari Paul is a fund manager, very well-respected fund manager with a Wall Street background. And he tweeted something which really caught my eye. So he said, we had 3 months of sideways Bitcoin price action with Coinbase equity, MicroStrategy, GBTC premium falling off a cliff. This sell-off isn't about Elon. This was just an excuse for Bitcoin to follow the institutional flows. Zooming out, this is a consolidation ahead of the next parabolic advance. But that framework allows for a deep retrace, 50% off the possible highs, even amidst the bull run. Too long, don't read. Bitcoin had weakening inflows and lost momentum. Elon is just an excuse to break the range, in my opinion. Bitcoin substantially higher by year end. And I must say, I think I agree with him. But I do think that it's important that we look into what actually happened and whether there are any lessons from this Elon Musk thing. I don't think that this Elon Musk thing does anything permanent to Bitcoin. So before we talk about the Elon Musk thing, I want to go back to, I want to bring Sheldon on the line. The reason why I want to bring Sheldon on is because Sheldon looked at the charts last week before this FUD. And he said, look, we could actually, if we break 47,000, we could test 42,000. I want to bring him back on and I want to understand what he says about the market right now. So Sheldon, no.
What's up, buddy?
What are we saying? What are we saying? Are we worried? Are we worried about this market? Are we worried about this market? Was this unexpected? Take us back to Friday when you drew those amazing triangles and tell me whether we should have expected.
Well, at the end of the day, Ron, I actually agree with that tweet you just showed right now. This correction was coming at any point. We've had imbalance in this area for a long time. We've never come and tested these areas since we've broken through. So I agree 100%. This thing with Elon is just there always needs to be a reason when the markets are turning. There always needs to be some sort of reason. And this is just the natural flow of the cycle. It's done nothing wrong. It's just literally come down to the next level. Remember, we are non-prediction traders here. We just literally follow what the candles print, and we knew that once we had the correction last week that we break that low level, we make a lower low, we're going down to the next support level. It's quite simple to see that. So this thing with Elon and all these things that are going on, it is an excuse. I believe a lot of them are buying up at these stages. And it was crucial that we finally came to test this level. In my opinion, we needed to test this level first before Bitcoin going to $70,000, $80,000. We needed to. We needed to come capture the liquidity in the zone. Remember, when price action moves too quickly, not all the orders are filled, which means they'll bring the price back to that zone, fill the rest of their orders, and then send it through. This is institutional play, not retail play. And the only way they're going to do that, remember, Bitcoin, there's not just new coins that pop up every day. They need to buy it from someone. So what do? They scare the crap out of everyone. They make you panic. They make you sell your Bitcoin. And then they come and they buy it at these low levels. So right now, we're doing what we needed to do, even what we said earlier, that it was going to hover in the zone. It's calming down. This is what we needed. It's not continuing this massive. It's calming down in this area. And this is a key level for us to obviously settle, and then we can start progressing. But, when in doubt, zoom out and just have a look where we've come from. And now all of a sudden, we're just getting a correction in the market. All we're doing is coming and testing a previous high as support. So for a normal chartist and a normal understanding, this is actually very healthy for us to do the next leg up for the next sort of highs.
Sorry, that's me checking on the number of likes that we got, because I love to do that. We've got 12,000 people on the stream, 1,000 likes. Guys, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you guys? We bring you the best content. All we ask you to do is smash that bloody like button. Sheldon, I have a friend. I've spoken to you about him before. His name is Bernie, and he says there are great similarities to the correction in spring-summer 2017. Now, bear in mind, spring-summer 2017 is very, very, very early in the bull market of 2017. Especially the first correction between June and July 2017. He says, RSI was divergent and was reset. Looks like the same is happening this week. Great opportunity to start getting exposure to Bitcoin. I know you have been getting exposure to Bitcoin, but I just wanted to show you that the charts reiterate what you're doing. And he sent me these two charts, which are basically mirror images of one another. And it shows the correction in 2017 with the RSI divergence. Does that make sense to you? Does this actually look like the 2017 correction?
Of course it does, because we haven't actually made overextended retracements in the market. These 35% have happened many times along the thing. And if we actually have a look at the previous run, we actually had, let me just zoom in here. You see this big correction that we had in this zone over here. This is sort of where I see us, where we're sitting right now. This is where I see us sort of sitting right now, where we've just come down. We've basically just hit the zones. That was where we hit previous support. Remember, price goes too quick, comes down, catches liquidity, moves to the next level. Now, what has happened recently over here was we extended too quickly. Yeah, look at this run, guys. Look what Bitcoin has done. But straight from here, you see this main green candle here, this daily candle. This is where the problem all comes in. Price went way too fast. And this is why we are coming straight down and we are capturing the rest. This is the imbalance zone. So chart-wise, we knew this could come at any point.
So what you're saying is, if I understand correctly, what you're saying is, for you, what the catalyst was doesn't really matter. For you, this was going to happen. This was going to happen regardless of whether it was Elon or whether it was China banning Bitcoin. You're saying it was going to happen anyway.
Exactly. It doesn't matter the reason. We knew it was coming. We didn't know if Bitcoin was going to go higher first and then come there, but we knew that there was always, we've been saying it for the last month, that there's always a possibility we can come to 42. Always. And now we've done it. So I'm actually happy now that we have. And guess what? That dominance has come down 30-40% in the last few months, ridiculously far down. What does that mean, guys? It means something is prepping huge for Bitcoin. They have pulled all the money into the alts, and that dominance is getting ridiculously low now. What happens when that dominance bounces? And we have this ridiculous pushback from the alts into Bitcoin. It makes sense why it's happened at this point, and we've finally come down. It has to happen for the next progression.
Okay, so let's say this. We've got 8,000 likes at the moment. Let's say when we get to 10,000 likes, we give away a school, one person for the school. And guys, remember, if you get into the school, you're getting about $5,000 worth of value for free. Anyone's going to be for free, but we can only accept 100 people into the first intake because we want to test it on 100 people first and learn. So if you want to be part of the first 100 people, the centenary 100 people, the founders of the school, then guys, smash that like button when we get to 10,000 likes here today. Sheldon, let me know when we get to 10,000 likes or 18,000 people watching. We will give away some schools. And if we get to 18,000 people watching and 10,000 likes, then we will give away more. So
awesome,
Sheldon,
buddy.
Was a catalyst. I want to actually talk about 2017. I'm going to bring you back onto the stream. So 2017, I always said that the 2017 corrections felt a whole lot more brutal than this. And every time we had a correction in 2017, we always thought that it was going to be the end of Bitcoin. And the corrections in 2017 were very brutal. In fact, Freddie, if you can call up that chart of all the different 2017 corrections, look at the corrections in 2017. Minus 38%, minus 33%, minus 38%, minus 36%, minus 29%. Okay? Look at the depth of the corrections. Now compare it to the 2021 corrections, where there's a whole lot more money in the market. We had a 30% correction. We had a 22% correction. We had a 20% correction. And now we've had the first 35% correction. And I always said that I think the reason why this happened is because there's more institutional adoption, there's more money coming in, there's more liquidity, and there's more adoption in general. And because there's more adoption and there's so much more money in circulation, and Bitcoin is now a real alternative, people aren't letting the market go down. That's what I always said. But this pullback is the first pullback that actually really reminded me of a 2017 pullback. I've never seen people in the ecosystem, well, not never, but certainly since 2017, I haven't seen people in the ecosystem worry about Bitcoin's future. And this bull run, this pullback, was the first time that I saw people questioning whether Bitcoin was indeed a viable option for the store of value, for this replacement of gold. Up until now, when I look at all the small minor corrections of 2017, and Freddie, put up that chart again. Let's have a look at it again. So the 2018 one, let's look at the 2018 one. So if we look at all these corrections, they were small and they lasted for just a few days. And there was great bullish sentiment, which pushed them up, pushed the market up all the time. And over none of these corrections did we get anyone questioning whether Bitcoin was indeed a viable option to hedge against US inflation. This correction has been about 33 days now, and the decline has been over 35%. In fact, about 38% to yesterday's lows. More than that, it's the first time that people have been asking questions. What Elon Musk did was he got people to ask some very tough questions as to whether Bitcoin is indeed a viable disruptor for gold, given the amount of energy that it consumes. And a lot of people have since been questioning the future of Bitcoin. And the last time that I saw that was in 2017. In 2017, every single time that we had a correction in 2017, everyone thought it was the end of Bitcoin. So we need to ask ourselves a question. Could this really be a killer blow from Bitcoin or for Bitcoin, which was sent by Elon Musk? Or is this just a temporary correction and probably the best opportunity that we can get to buy more Bitcoin? Because we can't just be buying blind. We can't just be buying on Twitter sentiment. If we did that, we'd be idiots. Remember that when the bull market ends and the bear market arrives, and it's a question of probably when, not if, then there's not going to be a warning. No one is going to ring an alarm bell and say, this is the end of the Bitcoin bull market, No, it's going to happen exactly like this. The price is going to go down, we're going to get a knock, then we're going to get another knock, then we're going to get another knock, and before we know it, the price of Bitcoin is halved. So we need to zoom out. We need to ask some real fundamental questions as to whether Bitcoin is a real alternative to gold. We need to find out whether this blow that Elon Musk has dealt us, what is the cause of it? What is it going to do? Has it dealt permanent damage to the Bitcoin ecosystem? Because when the CEO of the most advanced technological companies in the world goes out and says, I am questioning, my company is questioning the viability of Bitcoin, we need to ask ourselves some pretty serious questions. We need to make sure that we do this responsibly so that we're not drinking this Kool-Aid blindly, that we can actually justify everything with fundamentals. After we do that, then we make a decision as to whether we should just buy this dip or maybe just wait a little longer. That is exactly the magic of crypto banter. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the fundamentals, and then we're going to look at technicals, and then we're going to make sure that we're buying at the right time if this is a buying opportunity. So let us find a whole lot of things that can help us decide whether this is a pullback, which is due. And I think the first thing we need to look at again is we need to look at Ari Paul's tweet, because I think this tweet actually speaks a lot. And Ari Paul is a great macroeconomist. This guy has a lot of fund experience. And what he says, we've had sideways 3 months Bitcoin action with Coinbase equity and MicroStrategy, weakening GBTC premium, falling off a cliff. We know all of this. The question is why? What it seems like is that the buying momentum, the interest in Bitcoin almost died. And no matter what news came out for Bitcoin, we couldn't get more interest in Bitcoin. People just weren't interested. The GBTC premium went negative. But GBTC, which were the biggest buyers of Bitcoin, let's have a look here when the last time GBTC actually bought Bitcoin and how much they bought. I haven't looked at this for a while, but I guarantee you that they have been net sellers of Bitcoin because no one is buying their fund. Let's have a look at this. It was, as my friend, let's have a look here. Wow. This is
exactly as I have been predicting.
I mean, just look at this. I don't know, can you guys see this? Let me zoom in for you guys. Let's zoom in so that you guys can actually see. In the last 30 days, Grayscale have actually sold 1,000 Bitcoin. They haven't bought. They've sold 1,000 Bitcoin, which shows that the demand for Bitcoin has been stale. And what we actually needed for Bitcoin was some kind of reset. We needed something to shock the Bitcoin system that the investment world will go, hold on a second. There is actually a lot of value in Bitcoin. And today, I bet you that some people are looking at Bitcoin and saying, you know what we need to get to an all-time high on Bitcoin? We need 50%. We are 50% away from all-time highs. Psychologically, that would probably mean that Bitcoin is a great asset to buy. So from that point of view, I think that this pullback was highly, highly, highly needed. And I think that Ari Paul's right. Now, let's look at where Bitcoin bounced. So if I look at this tweet over here by Alex Kruger, and I think we spoke about this tweet earlier, but is it coincidental that Bitcoin bounces exactly on the 61.8 fib level at 42,845? And when it does this, it flies. Again, another reason to show that we have hit the bottom and that sentiment has turned. Okay, now let's get into the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? Let's backtrack a little bit. So Tesla buys $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at that. So here's Tesla buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, bragging to the world that they think that they've hedged their balance sheet. And this is obviously after the big tweet interaction between Michael Saylor and Elon Musk. Okay, then what happens? They make a bunch of money. In fact, they make so much money that they make more money holding Bitcoin than they have made in their entire history. And they sell some Bitcoin to, well, test liquidity. So Elon Musk said to Dav Point, and said, no, you don't. I've not sold any of my Bitcoin, i.e. Elon Musk owns Bitcoin. I have, Tesla has sold 10% of its holdings, essentially to prove liquidity of Bitcoin as an alternative to cash on the balance sheet. Now, guys, this was 2.5 weeks ago. 2.5 weeks ago, Elon Musk and Tesla were absolutely bullish on Bitcoin. Then Elon Musk starts to do some crazy things. And he starts, Jose Luna tells me there's 10,000 likes. Jose Luna, you are getting a space at Crypto Banter School. So send us your details. You're in the first intake of Crypto Banter School. Thank you to all the likes. Keep smashing those likes. When we get to 18,000 people watching this stream, I am going to give away another space in the Crypto Banter School. Okay. So, end of April, Elon and Tesla are still super bullish on Bitcoin. Elon started to make these, I don't know, silly remarks, or starts playing around with Doge, and Doge, big pain in the neck, Doge, supporting Dogecoin. And at this stage, I think it's still a troll. But I think at this stage, Elon Musk is realizing something. And what he's realizing is that this market, he can do whatever he wants. He can give everybody the big fuck you. And the SEC can't do anything about it. And we know that Elon Musk hates the SEC. He hates the SEC more than anything. We've seen this because he's called up a lot of, he's once tweeted, Freddie, do we have that tweet, bro? The one where he says SEC stands for, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let's see if Freddie can find that tweet for us. So there's a tweet that says, where Elon Musk says SEC stands for S, Elon's, and then C. You guys decide what exactly that is. I guess we don't have that tweet handy. So at that point, Elon Musk is still bullish on Bitcoin. And then what happens is he issues this mysterious tweet where he says that Tesla will no longer be accepting Bitcoin. And the reason they'll no longer be accepting Bitcoin is, of course, because they think that Bitcoin is not sustainable and it's using too much mining energy and a whole lot of uninformed bullshit. And up until now, we don't believe that Elon Musk actually wrote this tweet. We think it was a board member in the boardroom where he says, where a board member in the boardroom that said, look, we need those green credits, those green energy credits. And in order to get those green energy credits, we've really got to cooperate with the regulators. And so we can't be taking chances like this. And then that is when all hell breaks loose. When I say all hell breaks loose, this is what happens. He then gets into tweet spats with people like Peter McCormack, which for the life of me, I don't understand why Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, would deal with such a loser. And I mean that. I mean, Peter McCormack, in my mind, is one of the most toxic people in the entire Bitcoin space. And he gets into a tweet spat with none other than Peter McCormack. And after that tweet spat, he says, we get this tweet from Mr. Well, which is, Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out Tesla has dumped the rest of their Bitcoin holdings with the amount of hate Elon Musk is getting. I wouldn't blame him. And that's when Elon Musk says, indeed. This is where it gets interesting, because this is the first part of the entire story where Elon Musk actually does mess with the SEC. So up until now, I think Elon Musk loves Bitcoin and loves Dogecoin because he can give a big fuck you to the SEC, where he has told them before that SEC stands for Elon's C. You got it, right? So SEC, three-letter acronym, middle word, Elon's, and the SEC can do exactly that to Elon Musk. And Elon Musk hates them, and he started to provoke them. And the best way to provoke them without allowing them to actually touch him is to do it on currencies or commodities that they've deemed that are not under the control of the SEC. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum are not under the control of the SEC because they're not deemed as securities. And in the United States, only securities or securities-related instruments are under the control of the SEC. So the SEC does not regulate Bitcoin. It only regulates Bitcoin ETFs because those are deemed to be securities. And so Elon Musk is having the time of his life because he's messing around, he's manipulating the prices of currencies, and he's giving a big fuck you to the SEC. And I don't think he's paying attention to how many people's lives he's wrecking. Okay, fast forward. He gets into this Twitter war with none other than the self-acclaimed King of Bedford. I actually want to find this for you guys because, I mean, we'll talk about this today. We'll talk about Bitcoin maximalism today. But this is Peter McCormack. And for the life of me, I don't understand how 216,000 people actually follow this guy. But he gets into this whole tweet storm with Elon Musk. And it's a long tweet storm of him spreading obnoxious information. And then Elon Musk says, you know what? It's these people, it's people like Peter McCormack who make me want to go all in on Doge. And this set everything going. And that's what provoked him to eventually say, to eventually get to this point over here, where he replies to Mr. Whale's tweet. When he replies to Mr. Whale's tweet and he says, indeed, and this tweet says, Tesla dumped the rest of their Bitcoin, that is when he messed with the SEC. And what you can see is that immediately after he did it, he backtracked and he said, to clarify, speculation, Tesla has not sold any Bitcoin. And I don't think Elon Musk has sold any Bitcoin either. But I do think that what we did here, this is very, 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 very bad for our space. And I want to tell you why I think it's so bad for the crypto space, what happened to Elon Musk. So think about it like this, okay? Think about us getting Elon Musk to buy Bitcoin as a hotel trying to get an influencer to come and visit the property and to stay at the property. And that's exactly what we did. We enticed Elon Musk through our influencer campaign, through people like Michael Saylor, to come and visit our property, to come and buy Bitcoin. And if he has a good experience, then he writes a good review. And if he writes a good review, then more of his peers and his friends join him. And in this case, his peers or his friends are obviously other CEOs of cash-rich companies that want to hedge their balance sheet against inflation. So Elon comes to our hotel and he's having a great time and he's making money. He bought Bitcoin and he makes money and he posts this. And so far, so good. It's all great. It's like inviting the influencer to the hotel. He comes there, he has a great time, he Instagrams some pictures, he tells people the experience, and everyone else thinks, wow, this is an amazing hotel. And then what happens? Well, then the hotel guest has a couple of drinks. Elon Musk has a couple of drinks. And after drinking a few tequilas, he starts doing stupid things at the hotel. And he starts posting things, questionable tweets. Tweets about Dogecoin. And I know we've got a whole lot of those tweets. Freddie, I don't know if you can call up some of those questionable tweets. So there's that one. Let's go look at the Dogecoin tweets. And then he starts tweeting about this. And that's, in my mind, we invited him to our hotel. We wanted the best reviews. We got him a little bit drunk at the hotel. And then he started to have some fun. And when he did, this is when things got a little bit awkward. Because as soon as he started tweeting about it, we got the Bitcoin maximalists who jumped down his throat, literally attacked him from all areas. Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. And pretty much made his stay at this hotel, made his stay on crypto Twitter, on Bitcoin Twitter, terrible. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching poor Elon Musk's Twitter, but if you have been watching Elon Musk's Twitter, you'll see that what the poor guy has been going through for supporting another chain. And of course, he can support another chain. Who cares? There's enough space for all the chains. The Bitcoin maximalists pretty much destroyed any chance that we could have of Elon Musk having a good experience in our hotel. And I think the damage which they've done is deep, because I think other CEOs are going to look at this. I think when he talks to other CEOs about whether or not they should be buying Bitcoin and putting it on their balance sheet, he's going to turn around and he's going to tell them, look, guys, if you do it, be careful. It's a cult. It's a tribe. You'll get a lot of hate. If you make another mistake, people are going to threaten to sell their Teslas and buy Bitcoin. And everybody knows that no one's going to sell their Teslas and buy Bitcoin. But why would a company want such bad publicity? So guys, I think that we fucked it up. I think that we had Elon Musk in our hotel and we could have given him the best stay possible so that he could tell his friends and his friends could see through his posts how amazing it was being part of the crypto community. And what did we do? We got sabotaged. We got sabotaged by the Bitcoin maximalists. Remember those Bitcoin maximalists that had that Bitcoin Ethereum breaking down party? Do you remember that? Remember that they had this Bitcoin Ethereum breaking down party. Look when their party was. Just look at this. They had the party at the bottom of the Ethereum Bitcoin run. Since then, Ether has only gained on Bitcoin. So these Bitcoin maximalists and a lot of other people gave Elon Musk such a bad experience that I think he's actually traumatized. And I think his perception of Bitcoin is actually going to be destroyed. And I think that we've dealt a killer blow to our hotel. Instead of attracting all the billionaires and making this the best club to be a part of, we pushed him away. We ganged up on him. We went on a rampage with him. And why? Because he started to support Doge, because he had some questions. What we should have done is we should have educated him. When he spoke about Bitcoin using too much technology, we should have spoken to him about the facts, like Michael Saylor did, like Anthony Pompliano did. Let's listen to what Pomp said about the hash power. That is the approach that we should have taken. Freddie, if you've got it, put it on for us.
Look, I think that we've got to just kind of stick to the facts, right? And I always say, don't listen to what they're saying, just watch what they're doing. Elon Musk is still long billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Between Tesla, SpaceX, and personally, Elon Musk owns billions of dollars of Bitcoin, and he's not selling it because of this kind of energy narrative. The second thing is that the facts are overwhelming. 75% of miners use some form of renewable energy. And the reason is because the financial incentive is for miners to go around the world and find the cheapest power. That is their biggest cost input when they're mining Bitcoin. And so they're financially incentivized to go find this renewable power. And when you start to look at the comparisons of how much coal is used in Bitcoin mining, it's dwarfed by things like the coal that is used in the banking system. Or you'll hear a lot of times people will say things like there's more electricity consumed by the Bitcoin network than in some countries. But what people fail to say is that the American consumer, their use of Christmas lights consume more power in a given year than some countries' electricity consumption.
So instead of approaching it with such an education approach, a logical approach with the facts, what did we do? We had this amazing spokesman for our community. Peter McCormack, who I think is toxic, one of the toxic Bitcoin people in the community. Go and pressure Elon Musk, push Elon Musk, push him over the edge. And Elon Musk, after all, he is only human. I mean, he does run some of the best companies in the world and he has got a lot of responsibility, but after all, he's only human. And so I must say, I really agree with Raoul Paul's tweet. Raoul Paul turned around and he said, the biggest impediment to Bitcoin adoption are Bitcoin maximalists. If you understand this, be more open. Don't try to ram your points home. Support people and don't be tribal and never be abusive and insulting. If someone doesn't share your Bitcoin views only, your Bitcoin only views, it's a big world out there. And that is, I guess, in my mind, the biggest problem. I think that this ecosystem is full of Bitcoin maximalists who, for some reason, believe that they own more of the network than you own or I own, or some of the big institution owns. Some of these Bitcoin maximalists probably don't own more than 3 or 4 Bitcoin, but yet they think their claim to this ecosystem is bigger than somebody who's been buying a lot of Bitcoin or somebody that's got a lot of miners. So the idea is to brush aside these maximalists. We don't need these maximalists. These are the same maximalists that don't believe that anything can work alongside Bitcoin. They think that everything can be built on top of Bitcoin. They fail to see that Bitcoin is actually just a store of value and that blockchain is a big world and that there's no stopping Ethereum. There's no stopping Cardano. There's no stopping Polkadot. There's no stopping NFTs. There's no stopping DeFi. Guys, it's in our hands. We are responsible to add value to our own ecosystem. And if you want to add value to the ecosystem, yes, we can bring people into Bitcoin, but then we know that the money in the cycle flows between one blockchain and another blockchain. It starts off with a Bitcoin cycle, it then goes to an Ethereum cycle, it then goes to a Cardano cycle, it goes to a major alt cycle, and then to a minor alt cycle. We just want to get more money into blockchain. That is what drives this crypto market cap. And maximalism, it's toxic. We should fight back not with salty maximalism type tweets, but with education. And we should welcome people. Even the TikTokers that are here buying Dogecoin and Shiba Coin, they are in our ecosystem. We should make them feel welcome. We should educate them. But you know what? If they still want to be Dogecoin people, we shouldn't hate them. We shouldn't massacre them when they say something against it. Because when we do that, we are destroying value in our own ecosystem. And I'm afraid that we've done it again this time. I think that the whole world is looking at what we've done to Elon Musk. How when he had certain doubts, but was still bullish, he had doubts, but he said, Tesla is not selling any Bitcoin. And you know what we managed to do? We managed to sway him from that to indeed. Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out. We have pushed him so far that we went from Tesla is not selling any Bitcoin to indeed. And that should be a lesson to us. We live in a hotel. It's our hotel. And we should welcome as many people into our hotel and make sure that they write the best reviews possible. And those reviews come in the way that we treat each other in this ecosystem. It comes in the way that we all deliver in this ecosystem on our word. It comes in the quality of education that we do. It comes in how we educate people. And if every time someone challenges us, every time someone comes here and challenges us, we're going to massacre them like killer bees, like wasps, and sting them and make sure that they've got no option but to run away, we're going to destroy our own ecosystem. And we're going to destroy the biggest opportunity of our lives. I don't know if we want that. I don't know about you guys, but I think we should be more welcoming, more friendly, and let people have a diverse number of views. You want to split the Bitcoin chain? You can get enough support from miners? Do it. Have the experiment. We don't lose. We each get each of the tokens. You want to experiment? You want to start a new blockchain like Ethereum? Do it. You want to start a bridge for a number of chains like Polkadot? Do it. We don't have to be tribalist. It's not one or the other. Bitcoin is going to exist alongside Ethereum, and it's going to exist alongside Doge. And I think that Doge is going to be here for a long period of time. I think the TikTok generation are going to continue to use it. And I think by trying to tell them that it's a piece of shit, that it's a shit coin, that it's going to break, we're not doing ourselves any favors. Our fight is against the traditional banks and the traditional ecosystem. That is our fight. Our fight is not against each other. And that is why I think the maximalists have dealt us a killer blow. I think that when billionaires look at Elon Musk, when other companies look at Elon Musk and what he's had to go through, they're going to think twice. They're going to say, is it worth buying Bitcoin? And when we sell Bitcoin, the entire crypto community, of which there are millions, are going to threaten never to use our products ever again. Can we afford the negative publicity? Is it worth the negative publicity when one day we want to sell Bitcoin? I don't think so. I think most conservative US companies that have been around for a while and have a lot of cash don't want to take the risk. Already they're taking a whole big risk, a whole huge risk by putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And they're jumping into our ecosystem and they're supporting us. And they're risking their reputation of hundreds of years and millions of dollars, and they're risking their shareholders and their customers and their perception. And now we want to give them more risk, the risk that we, the immature amongst us, are going to scold them. No ways. Guys, if we don't change, we are going to fuck up the biggest opportunity of our lives. The biggest opportunity of our lives. And we are all responsible. I'm responsible. I've made mistakes. I'm going to fix them. The maximalists, there's no point in being a maximalist. You cannot deny the fact that NFTs are going to work. You cannot deny the fact that DeFi is going to work. There's over $100 billion locked up in DeFi. Ethereum is now bigger than the biggest banks in the world. You want to tell me that Ethereum still isn't going to work? I mean, do me a fucking favor. Sheldon, call up the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Call up that Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. You want to tell me that this Ethereum against Bitcoin isn't going to work? Really? That's what you want to tell me? All right, guys, so I think I've had my rant. Let's put aside the tribalism. Let's zoom out. Let's be nice to each other. Let's be more welcoming. Let's teach people in a more educated, logical way so we can have a much healthier ecosystem. And let's make sure that we don't reward the maximalists, the noisemakers with more followers and more likes and more social clout. Because if we do, we're going to cause our own correction. Guys, we caused this correction. We caused this correction on our own ecosystem by ransacking and mobbing someone who was our biggest supporter. And even as of a week ago, still said that his company is holding Bitcoin. Can you imagine the fight that Elon Musk had to go through? He made a decision to put the Tesla balance sheet in Bitcoin. He then obviously got into trouble, which is why he tweeted that screenshot of why Tesla is not accepting Bitcoin. But at the end of that, he said Tesla is not selling any Bitcoin. Can you imagine the fight he had to go through? And what did we do? We jumped him. We said, how can you support Doge? We don't know if you're serious about it or not. You're wrecking people's lives. Get out of crypto. Who the hell are you, Lord Crypto? Guys, if I were him, I'd leave. And whenever I talk to my other billionaire friends, whenever I talk to my SpaceX CEO, whenever I talk to all the other guys, you know what I'd say? Avoid Bitcoin. It's not worth the negativity. We must be positive. Our company must be positive. So, anyway, that's me. Let's be nicer to each other. Let's be more welcoming. Let's help people in the ecosystem with education and facts and fundamentals. And let's break away from this bullshit, tribalism, maximalism that's going to get us nowhere. You want to support a chain? That's great. Support a chain. But support the game first. Support blockchain first. Support crypto and crypto uptake first. So, is Bitcoin broken? No. Bitcoin's not broken. How do I know this? Because there's no denying this. There's no denying that the money supply chart is basically right now, as you can see, going parabolic. And by the way, this is the money supply chart from the 1960s. Gradual growth. And then bang, we go up by hundreds and thousands of %. I mean, if you look at this, in 2020, on the 4th of March, there were 4,280 in the money supply. And now there is over 4 times that. And Bitcoin is really the only alternative. Not only that, Bitcoin is more efficient than gold. Mining 1 ounce of gold and mining the equivalent in Bitcoin, it's cheaper and more friendly on the environment to buy Bitcoin. And this is what we should have told Elon. And so what we're seeing now is probably the best buying opportunity of our lives. We should ape into this. Why do I say we should ape into this? Because I don't think that we're ever going to get an opportunity to buy Bitcoin so cheap relative to the alts. And guys, if you look at the major altcoins, look at Solana. Sheldon, do me a favor. Let me bring Sheldon onto the stream. Sheldon, bring me Solana. Let's look at Solana.
Yo, what in? Cool, no problem. So obviously looking at Solana has done well. Where's the dump? That's bounced back so quickly from where we've been. And I think, sorry, Ryan, I don't know if you mind me 2 seconds in here. Like, we need to stop allowing Elon Musk to control our trading. I'm being very honest. Like, through the whole bear market last year, where I made actually 70% of all my money through the market we had last year. So we need to stop focusing so much on that. Understand that this is the normal cycles in the market. There's a big mental game that's going on with everyone right now, and we need to just get back to basics with everything.
What the market is saying to you now is the market's saying to you right now, it's saying, look, this is a setback. It's a setback for Bitcoin. They're worried that Tesla is going to sell Bitcoin. Tesla is not going to sell their Bitcoin. Elon Musk is not going to walk into the boardroom and say, even though I begged you guys last week to hold Bitcoin, I'm now saying we should sell it. Okay.
Do you think before buying it, Rand, that he wouldn't have had all of these thoughts already? Why would he have bought it in the free? He's a smart man to say 6 months later he's not going to be owner of Bitcoin. It makes no sense.
I don't think that he did enough homework. I think he ran into it quite fast. I don't think he considered the implications of the negative implications of Tesla, green future, et cetera. And I think that when I said to you, a board member brought it up, I think he had to do something. But what we're seeing here is we're seeing something very special. We're seeing Bitcoin pull back, but we're seeing Solana at all-time highs. We're seeing Cardano close to Cardano's over $2. When did Cardano break $2 for the first time ever? A week ago?
15th of May, yeah, 2 days ago.
3 days ago. So Cardano is still...
And it's still holding it.
Okay. What is going on here? The crypto community, the world is starting to separate Bitcoin from crypto. And that's why you're seeing the dominance go down. Let's look at that Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah, it's still looking weak. It's quite crazy, but this is slowing down a little bit. So I'm telling you, we're going to have a bounce in Bitcoin, and we're going to have a good bounce in Bitcoin. But this is already showing us now. Remember what we said, cool down time. Now we're starting to cool down, and the price is starting to cool down. So it's making sense.
So what's happening here? Let me tell you what's happening here. You're getting the market saying, look, Bitcoin fundamentally expecting a dump from Elon Musk. But then Cardano, Solana, and Polkadot, and Ethereum, obviously. Ethereum is still over $3,000, which is unheard of. $3,000 for Ethereum. We couldn't have dreamed of $3,000 for Ethereum. So let's get some perspective here. Ethereum, NFT explosion, $100 billion locked up in DeFi. Next, Cardano. Amazing projects are launching on Cardano. And Cardano is this green blockchain that doesn't use up all this fossil fuel because it's the most efficient blockchain out there. And it's the most decentralized blockchain out there. So, Cardano published this tweet saying the energy consumption of Cardano network is 6 gigawatts, blah, blah, blah. The expected energy consumption of Bitcoin by the end of 2021 is 130 terawatts, blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, what they're saying is Cardano is actually a green blockchain. Cool. Solana. Oh, wait, sorry. The caliber and quality of projects that I'm seeing listing on Cardano and intending to build on Cardano and building on testnets, I've never seen anything like it. The GERO wallet that launches today. Okay, now GERO is launching it. I think it might even be launched. If it is, guys, tell us what the price is. But the GERO wallet that's launching today is an absolute work of art. When you see this wallet and the functionality of this wallet, it is a work of art. And when the Cardano ecosystem comes online, that's exactly what they're going to realize. Look at the next one, Solana. Why is Solana breaking all-time highs? Markets crashed. Solana's at an all-time high. I'll tell you why. Read this. Over 7,000 builders from around the world are now registered for the Solana hackathon, which started today or on the 15th, so whenever it was. So there are 7,000 people 7,000 developers. Okay, read that again. 7,000 developers building on Solana. You know when the last time I saw 7,000 people building on anything? Ethereum. And it wasn't in the early days. It was in the late days of Ethereum. If you're talking about 7,000 people building on one Solana hackathon, on which, by the way, I'm a judge, okay, and I'm seeing the most insane developments happening out there. I saw a article, and I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but I'm going to mention it anyway because I'm going to mention it. And I hope I get disqualified as a judge from the Solana thing. But okay, this PYTH, it is a oracle on Solana with the most accurate data in the whole wide world. Okay, so watch these things. When you see the quality and the caliber of projects that are being launched now on Solana with these 7,000 developers is huge. Okay, then the next thing that you've got is you've got Polkadot, and you've got Dr. Gavin Wood I mean, first they said that the parachains are now being deployed. And then he says, first parachain deployed on West End Perma testnet. Next up is CanaryNet, Kusama Network, and then Polkadot. What he's basically saying is that this dream of Polkadot parachains is starting to work. So what the market's telling you is that this is the biggest buying opportunity of your life. And what you should be doing is you should be buying Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is cheap and Bitcoin's going to bounce. And when Bitcoin bounces, Solana is going to $80, Polkadot's going to $60. Let's do some charts. Let's look at some levels. Sheldon, we've got some time. Let's get some charts out there.
No, I agree with you, buddy, because you know why we know this is not so serious, especially with Solana and them, is that dominance didn't reverse when Bitcoin dumped like that. And that just already gives us a massive indication, because it would have. It would have, we're so used to that. So looking at Solana, I definitely see targets. So if I just let's do a little bit here and just see where we're looking at. Take a basic fib retracement and just see the sort of levels that we can get to. $70, $82, $90.
Where's the fib level?
Definitely.
618 fib level?
The 618, so if I take from previous to low, 618 is at 57, 1618, then you got the 2618, which is at 70, and you got the 3618, which is at 83.
Yeah, I said $80 on Solana. Mark my words, Bitcoin recovers to 60,000. Solana goes towards $80. Okay, let's look at DOT and Kusama.
Yeah, DOT is still a killer one for us to get in. Like, look at that, guys. Out of big picture, does that really look like a reversal? So the targets that I got for DOT is 60 to 63 and $80 to $83 for DOT is my next targets for the next push. Remember, it's done nothing. These have done nothing. Ethereum, all of them have run. These haven't run yet. So I see them running with Bitcoin. Exactly what you're saying.
All we needed was to get people more interested in Bitcoin. Bitcoin now had a 35% correction. There's a 35% correction on Bitcoin. 35%.
That's huge, right? You know what? People don't understand that Bitcoin is the one that brings the money in. So something had to happen with Bitcoin. It was too boring. It was way too boring and people were losing interest. Now people's eyes are sparking up again. Is Bitcoin unspecial? Is it worth buying? Now people are starting to talk about Bitcoin again, where previously the last 2 weeks, no one's been speaking about Bitcoin. So looking at Kusama, my two targets, the first one taking us $700 to $760. The next one is $1,040 to $1,100 for Kusama.
Jake Henry says he's getting hurt on Link. Jake, don't worry about it. Just chill. This is a correction. In 3 or 4 days, everything will be fine. And if it's not 3 or 4 days, it's 10 days. Just chill. If you're not on leverage, just chill.
Buddy, just have a look at this chart for whoever's getting hurt on Link. This thing is only just getting going with Bitcoin. You have a long way to go. Remember, they are going to run at different points. Look what Cardano has done. They can't go all at once. There's not enough money. But then when Cardano slows down and Solana slows down for a week or so, you're going to have the next ones that are going to pump. And then they're going to calm down. Then Solana's going to go again. And Cardano. So the charts are still looking good. Something had to happen to Bitcoin first. And that's just how the market works. But you're going to be very surprised what Link does in this next month.
All right, let's see. Let's look at some more super chats. We've got some super chats. One says, I want to be better than my husband. Please get me in the training course. Is this what it's about? Hey? Is this what it's about? Okay. I see. I love
power.
$1 from Amantastic. Thank you, Amantastic. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Has anyone got news for us on whether GERO wallet has been launched? I'd love to know if it did 100x like I predicted. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Whoa. Okay. I see a lot of you subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Let's have a look here. GERO wallet. Remember the new listings. If the new listings come out and you don't get the 100x's or the 50x's, that may actually be an opportunity. Because when something comes out in a bad market, then it's a great opportunity. So look out for this. I don't have any data on GERO wallet. Alrighty. Listen, that was my rant for today. I think we need to be nicer people to each other. What do you think, Sheldon? If you want to bring more mainstream into this environment.
No, I agree 100%. And I think it's a big mental shift we all need to make together. Let's stop worrying about that. This happens, but let's learn the skill and let's do it. It's quite simple.
I think what we should be against is not each other, but I think what we should be against is maximalism. I think maximalism is toxic, and I think, as Raoul Paul says, and I'm going to reiterate it again because I think he's quite a smart guy, Raoul Paul. The biggest impediment to Bitcoin adoption are the Bitcoin maximalists. Few understand this. Be more open. Don't try to ram your points home. Support people and don't be tribal, and never be abusive or insulting if someone doesn't share your views on Bitcoin, your Bitcoin only views. It's a big world out there. And with that, guys, Fred says GERO wallet launches at 3:30 p.m., which is in about half an hour. So we'll keep an eye on that. Guys, I love you all madly. Sheldon, I love you madly. You're a brother. Fred,
Awesome, buddy.
Thank you for all you're doing. Wish your mom better. Wish your mom better, not only from me, but from the whole community. Sabrina, if you get a chance to watch the replay, do this. Okay, so Seb E says, love you guys. How do I get info on the sniper course? Seb E, you don't need info on the sniper course because you're in the sniper course. Another one in today. Guys, remember, if you are in, DM Fred on Twitter, and Fred will get your applications for you guys, so that we can get you guys registered for the school. We're not exactly sure when we're going to launch it, but we know it's going to be free, and we know that it's about 30 hours of hard work.
Yeah, we're working hard. We'll get it. Yeah, we'll have some new updates soon.
Right. Sheldino, see you tomorrow, my friend.
Cheers, guys.
Guys, I will see you tomorrow. It's been a tough show. Let's hope that tomorrow's a greener, better day. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. EST for Sheldon show, 10 a.m. for the later show. Until then, if you are trading, trade well.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.